guys, so I just wanted to explain what I was doing. I know it's kind of, you can figure it out because I'm measuring and cutting stuff. But here's a situation, and you might run into this. Ever notice every time you go to a hardware store and you pick up the wooden stuff, you're always short? That's me. So anyway, so I have the nesting box to build after I'm done filling this all in. And my better cut, first cut would be, is to do the wide cut here then versus this cut over here, because I'll get more use out of it. And we'll go up and let you see the chicken coop. Whoop. Let's do this. Alright. Alright. So as you can see, everything's been framed in. We got our area marked through for our nesting box. So nesting box will be right here. We'll have that. The roosting poles. I got a cool setup for roosting poles. I'll show you that. This is the back side of what we did. The roof. Now the only thing with the roof is I got metal coming, and it's black metal to match our cabin, and then also our house is going to have the same color roof. So we're all going to have the same color roof. Now you're probably saying, oh, black's going to be so hot for the chickens, blah blah blah. I understand that, but we want to match. So I mean, I built the chicken coop that is the piece-on resistance. Unfortunately, this chicken coop ended up costing us roughly almost $1,000. But it's for the chickens, it's worth it, right? And you guys see they got plenty of area to roam around. We'll have this all fenced in, it'll all be done. So right now I'm cutting this piece where the door is gonna go. So you can see where the door is gonna go. So we can go in and out. It'll be easy to clean, easy to shovel it. We'll take it and drop it right in. Now, the ground here is not level yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour concrete around the bases of this and then let it set. And then when we bring the dirt in, we'll cover it right up. You won't even be able to see it. We'll also tar the bottom of those too so it doesn't deteriorate so fast. But right now, I got a tote, a big, large tote full of chickens. They're fully feathered, they're ready to go. They're getting big, they want out, they want to be able to move around. I got to get this thing done, man. It's been crazy. They've grown so fast. You will not believe how quick a chicken can grow. But these are fast growing birds, boy. So we'll get this all filled in. I'm gonna insulate the roof. That'll kind of keep some of the heat out, plus it'll make it better during the winter time. I am gonna have power run out to this, so there will be a light on the outside, just like the house. We're gonna do a real classy light. We're gonna put right here, so you get to see when you walk up, you know, and it'll be hooked up to the house. So all I have to do is hit a switch in the house and it'll come on in here, which would be a pretty cool idea, I think, for a chicken coop. Also, I will have motion detectors put around the coop, basically on this side, which is the entryway for the door that we're gonna put right here. The nesting box side, the side with the windows, I am not gonna put motion sensors on. I'm not really too worried about that because they're all gonna be chicken screened in and they'll be ready to go with chicken wire. The nesting box I'm a little worried about, and the front door I'm a little worried about for critters. So you're gonna get to see us do that too. But yeah, I mean, we're coming along pretty quick. I mean, as you can see, it's one hell of a thing. I used really, really good stuff for the roof. That stuff's made to last, what I want. I'm still gonna tar paper it. I'm still gonna put the metal roof on top of that. So I'm gonna tar paper it today. I wanna start, I'm gonna do the trim work today. I wanna start tomorrow painting it. I can't put the chickens in there until I paint it. So tomorrow we're painting. So it's gonna be barnyard red, typical chicken coop color with white trim. That'll also match that cabin when we paint it, and it will also match the house when we do it. So everything we do, we're doing color coordinated. You know, Amy seems to like that idea. I'm all about it. I'm all good for it. I think it'll turn out great. So at this point, I gotta get cutting. I gotta get this thing done, trimmed out, get the trim ready, paint the white trim tomorrow, paint the red on the building tomorrow. I still have to get the tar paper on. I haven't built the nesting box. I got a lot of work to do, but you guys will be here through the whole thing. So this is stage 2 of building a chicken coop at the Swisher Homestead. Don't forget to hit the like button, the thumbs up, and tell your friends. Back to work, back to work. Unfortunately, guys, I hate to say this, but I was in the process of cutting. I wanted you guys to see it. And what happens, the battery goes dead and you don't know it when you're working on it. I apologize, but back to the build. Alright guys, I'm going to go through what I've done so far on the chicken coop. Unfortunately, I tried recording yesterday and battery went dead. I didn't know it. I was in a run going. Got that momentum, you know how it is. You don't stop. Looked over and the lens was shut. Went to the truck, got another battery. What happened? Battery was dead. My fault. Went and looked at another battery, and that battery was dead. So I'm off to a good start about recording all this stuff. I'm sorry, I really am. All right, well let's get talking about this coop. All right, so when I left off yesterday, I'm pretty sure I didn't have it all filled in, or the door, or the nesting boxes. But so what I did is I did my makeshift deal here. This is only temporary. There we go. It will shut. It's all right. It does the job. Then this is the nesting boxes that I made yesterday. So you kind of get an idea. Now, I didn't spare any expense on this thing. This coop cost about $1,000, okay? You're probably saying $1,000. Well, let me tell you. Been on YouTube, read a lot of stuff, a lot of Facebook groups, chicken group, and a bunch of other ones. And come to find out, biggest thing is in 4 years, they're tearing it down and building another one. I don't want to build another one. This is a stationary. This is not our mobile. I am going to build a mobile chicken coop. This is a stationary one. This is to start chicks out. This is to do during the winter time. Then we'll put them on a movable one where we can move them around in the pasture and everything when we get all that done. So, it's the back side of the coop. I'm going to build the door today. I got the hinges and stuff already. So I'll get that done. Go over the side. So as you guys are probably watching, I'm glad I came over here because I missed a spot. Glad you guys are watching, but I caulked every corner of every empty or crack or seal on this thing. Simple fact is, I don't want water intruding. I don't have that problem of rotten wood. So Trust me, when I build something, I either go all the way or I don't go at all. The sheathing for the roof is supposed to be good for 30 years for that sheathing that I put up there. And that same sheathing I put on the floor, which is going to penetrate, stop the urine and the water and everything from soaking in, because it's coated with a fiberglass coating. As you can see right here, this is a fiberglass coating. So that's going to stop a lot of my problems I was having. A lot of my problems I was going to have. Most people just put plywood or they put compressed board. When you put plywood or compressed board in there, it's just going to soak up everything. I want to use something else, so I'm going to give this a try. We'll see how it does. You know, it's for roofing and siding material. I used it for the floor because I think this will work. The chickens aren't that heavy. I've already climbed in this thing, walked around. And as you can tell, I'm not a small guy. But I have, we'll say this, I have lost a lot of weight working here. A lot of weight. I've probably shedded 100 pounds since I've been working on this homestead, which is amazing because if you look at one of my prior videos, which I think was the last one Amy put up, if she does this one right after, I don't know. But it was a Q&A, our first Q&A we did, and you see how big I am, and the guts disappearing fast. Plus, I'm not doing what I used to do either. I'm eating better, I'm eating healthier, taking care of myself. So anyway, back to the chicken coop. So I've sealed all the windows inside and out. Now all this will be covered in trim. This will all be trimmed out around the windows. It'll be trimmed out around the top. Now let's talk about the top of the eave. Most of the chicken coops I see, the top of the eave is not painted. I'm painting mine with an oil base. The whole thing is being painted with an oil base for the exterior. And I'm painting all my eaves with oil base too. So I noticed a lot of the videos I've watched and a lot of the stuff I've read, one of the first things that they end up having a problem with is the floor, and then two is the roof. I don't want that problem with the roof. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint that, and then that way it'll stop us from having that problem. I don't want any problems with this. I want this coop to last me at least 10 years. I figure if I put $1,000 in it for 10 years, it's $100 a year. Maybe even 20 years, depending if I keep the upkeep, I keep it painted, I keep it sealed. All the edges of the 2x4s have all been caulked with silicone. They're all sealed, so we're not going to get anything in here. I want this thing to be pretty tight, but not airtight. In a sense, you see we have a draft area up there, and we also have a draft area up there. Plus, we installed the windows, and we have the chicken coop door that's in there. So we have done a lot to get this thing set up and get it ready. I'm working on the door. This is going to be our door. So I'll be working on that today too. I got to get this coop done by Saturday. My chicks are so big right now, they're actually starting to fight in there because it's too small. They need room. So this has to be done. It's not a matter of, oh, well, I can get it. It has to be done right away. So I'm just going to have to do it and get it done and get them in here and get them started. Now, I did want to talk to you guys about a couple things about chickens, okay? I don't know if you got my last video. I talked to an old timer who has a lot of chickens, and he's very experienced in what to look for and everything. I did some of my YouTube stuff, but you know what? They didn't really tell me this. So I talked to this old timer here in Tennessee, and I asked him, what should I do about my chicks? And he goes, what do you mean, what are you supposed to do? And I said, well, they say you put a heating lamp, and you do this, and you do that. And he says, well, what we used to do is we used to bring them in the cabin with us till they feathered. And once they feathered, put them out there. But make sure to acclimate them to the weather conditions. I said, all right, so what do you mean by acclimate? He says, well, he says, eventually wean them off of that heat lamp and just let them get the natural cool air from inside your cabin. That will acclimate them when you bring them outside, that you won't have to worry about setting up a heat lamp and doing all this other stuff. He says the chickens will be fine. And actually, they'll be more healthy because they have built up, I wouldn't say built up, but they've started doing it where they can actually withstand the cold elements that are about to come. So I did that. I started out, had a heat lamp on them for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. heat lamp every other day, and then pulled the heat lamp completely. Now they've been a week and a half now with nothing. No heat lamp at all. And they're doing phenomenal. They're happy. They're jumping around. Unfortunately, the tote's too small. I got to get them out of there. And then we got our turkeys coming because, damn it, I'm going to have myself some turkeys. Even though we have about 40 wild turkeys on our property right now, plus deer, you know, so, but I want some turkeys. And I'm going to eat them turkeys Thanksgiving and Christmas. 2 turkeys, male, female. Hopefully, I'll get some baby turkeys from it. So that's our next step. Our next step is to keep turkeys. So we're working on it. This is the first animal. This is my first ever build on a chicken coop from scratch. Now, as you can see, I did all of this in 2 days. 2 days of hard work and persistence of working 12, 13-hour days to get this built. So we got a lot done. Now, I'm on my 3rd day. We're going to start painting it today. We're going to start working on the doors. We're going to get this thing sealed up and ready to go. I want to take care of my chickens. I want my chickens to have a good life in here. I want them to be healthy and happy. And you know what? This is the way to do it, man. Oh, another thing was funny. So we had one of these big mosquitoes. I wish I had one I could show you. We had one come in the house. So Amy grabs that sucker in her hand, opens up the top of the screen of the chicken thing, throws them in there. Man, them chickens went after that thing like it was nothing. That guy probably looked down, that wasp, or that mosquito probably looked down and was like, oh no, never come into this house again. Warning, warning. But, alright, well, I'm going to get back to work, guys. Hope you enjoy this video. Don't forget, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and don't forget, tell your friends about us. We're doing this all from scratch. All from scratch. And I am really apologize about the battery problem. That was my fault. And we're working on this video thing. It's taken us